Welcome, Aries. This is Regina of Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your your full moon in Scorpio reading. The full moon occurs on the 23rd of April, and I want to let you know that I am still giving away free readings on or about the first of each month. I am using those who comment to me or who donate to me as the potential winners. And I want to thank you all for participating in this, particularly for giving me feedback, comments, appreciations, and generous donations. They're entirely supportive, and I appreciate whatever way you support me. If that is your presence here now, it is deeply felt. So let's get started with your overall energy, Aries. For this full moon in Scorpio, the Nine of Cups. This has been coming up quite often as a way of validating your emotional maturity, the way you've learned to come into a practice in which you focus on self-love, supporting yourself, particularly after many challenges and seeking the support or love from others. And finding that complicated or absent, you instead have gained a practice over time in which you value each step of a self-loving practice, each way that you follow your heart, you pursue your desires, your passions, you choose things that are best for your heart, that reflect the self-love that you have. And this has become a practice, a habit that you're now appreciating as a culmination of a very difficult journey, overcoming some really challenging experiences, relationships, evaluations, failures, and disappointments. In the 10th house, the house of your social position, the Empress. This is sort of an experience of being in your power and being recognized for your creative power, your hard work, your ability to be in sync with the needs of the collective, with natural cycles, in tune with growth, expansion, and fulfilling an abundant harvest. This is in tandem with this experience of appreciating the process and every step along the way to manifesting the sense of abundance, this gratitude for the opportunities that surround you, and a sense of identifying the joy in all practices, in all exercises of your desire, in all bringing forward, amplifying the abundance of the universe. In the first house, we have the 10 of Cups, and it just keeps getting better. Here you are surrounding yourself, moving towards a loving, supportive community. There is some kind of ultimate fulfillment that you are experiencing as part of the changes that have been externalized through the cycle of this solar eclipse, which we are still radiating from and will be resonating from for some weeks to come. You recognize that the process of fulfillment is an ongoing exercise. In other words, it is through the constant identification of your needs, of the way in which you have overcome challenges, the joy that you experience in that, the pleasure, and particularly the pleasure in being able to articulate your full journey, your full experience. This is what forms the basis of the community that you are that you are choosing and that you're working towards. In the 4th house, This is the house of your history, your home, your roots in many ways. This is an area where you are changing your experience of the material world. This shows me that you may have been brought up with a clear sense of limitation around your material experience. In other words, even if there was enough money to meet all of your needs, there perhaps was a sense of privation that one should eternally budget as though there is only enough for the short-term fulfillment. This is putting me in mind of the difficulty that you may have had projecting the consequence of the abundance that you now feel so facile with, that you now experience as part of your reality, an abundance of gratitude, of appreciation, of emotional, rich and creative depth. This is something that you are challenging and is actually changing your experience as a way of defying, moving outside of the box of the labeling that you received early in life. I hope that makes sense. In the seventh house, the house of your significant others, the Seven of Cups is very much about the offers and the options available to you. There may be many people who are would enjoy your participation in an effort, in a gig. There may be partners pursuing you, and by that I mean not simply in romance or coupling, but in the pursuit of business goals, objective community goals. This is you're recognizing that all the options available are not equal, and that the distraction of being desired by others is in many ways a distraction from the path before you, your intentional goal, your desire, not only for you, but for others, your audience, your clients, your students, even friends or colleagues, collaborators. There's something clear that you want to develop as a part of this partnership that seems available to you. And this partnership may be a continuation of the way that you are melding different aspects of yourself together to experience life wholly and fully, even if other individuals are agents of your pleasure, your joy, your support. This is a result of your coming to terms with those experiences, those abilities within yourself. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card, Aries. If you're enjoying this reading, please like this video. Please share this with someone, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is appreciated. And I pull the Imagination card. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. This is really rich and feels very much a description of you on the edge of something new, in transition to something new. And from the flora and fauna of Africa, I pulled the tarantula. And the plant associated with that is the sago lily, which looks a bit like a spider web in the imprint of the flower. Use your intuition. All things are connected, so be more aware of your surroundings. Don't get lazy. Work while you wait. This is further describing the sense that you're about to step into something that is intentional for you, that you are fully qualified and capable of. And there may be a creative component to your intention. The Ten of Cups in the first house is clarified by the Six of Wands in the second house and the Knave of Swords in the third house. I do sense that you are creatively exploring your relationships. You are challenging your assumptions about the way that abundance was defined by you in your past and how you are now understanding it. You are in the midst of an abundant world, and in many ways, you are managing your opportunities through your commitment to your community, through your place of work, your business, your personal business, your home. You are restoring a sense of collectivity, shared collectivity within your working space. So this can be a renewal of your commitment, perhaps through a surge of well-being you may be experiencing, perhaps following an illness that has re-energized your vision and faith in the collaborative workings of the community. But through that, you are open-ended in terms of looking at new ideas, following new inspirations, re-examining what you understand the truth to be. And this is indeed fueling your imagination, this new imaginative or creative journey that you're on may be fueling or producing some concrete evidence of this journey in terms of a creative expression, something that's written or spoken. In the fourth house, the Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Six of the World in the sixth house and the Magician, or the Ace of Cups, in the sixth house. So the Egyptian Tarot always is a little challenging because of the different way that the cards are numbered. So that's the World in the fifth house and the Ace of Cups in the sixth house. So indeed, there is a renewal of health, physical health, that is renewing your routines, your habits, the way in which you maintain your body as an efficient and productive vehicle. This is coming out of a sense of greater love, not only the love that flows through you as part of a healing process that you've been in, but the love that flows out and that you use as the basis for your exchange among collaborators, among those who join together with you in service. The World indicates in the fifth house that you've closed something out. You've created a journey. You've finished a journey. The cycle has prepared you. You are being rewarded in some way. You are receiving recognition. And sometimes that recognition or reward is something that you consciously see as preparing you for the next journey forward. Again, there's a strong sense of transition here, and towards that end, you are seeding a new beginning and counting up your skills, your abilities, your insights that have been learned as the result of closing out an achievement, an accomplishment, and moving on to something new. This can be relevant to a child, a grandchild, a peer. This creative exercise could be part of the way that you've supported a child to staging their creative explorations in the world, a way that you may be teaming up with a child to be creative, to seed some kind of an expressive project. In the seventh house, the Seven of Cups is clarified by the King of Swords in the eighth house and the Ten of Swords in the ninth house. You will notice this lovely ranunculus, I hope you can see this on camera, is shedding these most exquisite petals that look like red, tiny red feathers. So I adore that. And every time I touch it, it usually seeds, lets fall some of these magical, fiery sparks of petals. So back to your reading. The King of Swords is really how you're taking your interest in new ideas, your interest in the way that you now are able to challenge the assumptions that you have had and orchestrate those in a conversation or a dialogue with others. Particularly an area of emphasis during this full moon in Scorpio is the way you share resources with others. So you are churning through your assumptions about what that should look like, has looked like, could look like, and you're opening it up to a discussion with others rather than making a decision. Your opening up is about facilitating a decision that you feel empowered to make regarding the resources you're sharing with others. But it is by consulting the knowledge, the information that others have, sort of allowing for a larger buy-in to whatever decision you are moving towards. And this, in many ways, is about sort of signaling the completion of not only an achievement, a journey, a cycle that you've completed, but this is about the release of old ideas and beliefs. And I do believe this bears on your relationship to a community, the community, your tribe, your organization or project in which you see your efforts being primarily intended for the upliftment of a community, however you define that. And in order to do that, you recognize that you must release old ideas, old assumptions you have about the way the world works, what makes for a clean slate, what makes for real inclusion or exclusion. And so you're looking at a community in many ways from a place of having once not believed that you belonged, or being able or empathetic with others who have not belonged or been included. And that concern is very much what you're directly interested in healing. That sense of exclusion, of marginalization, of leaving others out, understanding why that has been, and really releasing those intentions as within your power, understanding that these limitations are limiting your sense of abundance and your expression of love. In the 10th house, the Empress is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles in the 11th house and the Seven of Cups in the 12th house. So the sevens, along with the tens, are describing your transition and your affirmation that you are moving on a path that's best for you. The Seven of Cups is duplicated literally, whereas the tens, the transition you're in, is described by a different mode. You're clearing away old ideas to allow the flow of your creativity to work more efficiently and more inclusively. Whereas the Seven of Cups is describing the overwhelm and options that you feel in front of you, the confusion, the distraction that comes about through the offers that others are making. Not everyone is making offers. In many ways, you're seeing opportunities where you haven't seen them before. But the message is the same. There is something you're intending to accomplish. You have a goal. You understand a purpose in working on behalf of a collaboration, a community, a team of others. And that is not to be obscured by the requests, the demands of others, no matter how reasonable or heartfelt they are. I'm going to finish off this reading with a crystal oracle, and really do hope that this has helped you, Aries. That is always my intention, and I appreciate your comments to that effect or not. And I pulled the turquoise, the beautiful turquoise, and it confirms yet again, prioritize your health. And by health, that is a holistic well-being, all the aspects of you that support you and allow you to move creatively forward according to your intention. Thank you so much, Aries, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.